Good evening, world. It's coming at 7 o'clock. Hope you guys enjoyed my recent video I made earlier. This will be my last video today. Yeah. Make this video, and after that, I'm going to drink my beer, enjoy showing you guys. And after that, I'm going to eat my day's food. Towards later tonight, around 9, 10, I'll eat my day's food, right? My bacon cheeseburger and my onion rings. Because the club sandwich is getting annoying, right? I switched it back to the burgers. The pizza's good too, but the pizza I don't want to hold it in my hand when I walk that way. That's why I don't get pizza, right? But the Denny's burgers are better than the pizza. I find the burgers are better than the pizza, right? Denny's has better burgers than the pizza, obviously. Yeah. Give me a second. So I'm gonna go upstairs and get some coffee. Make some coffee with back once I don't hate this. Sorry guys, I have to warm my coffee. Don't hate him, son. Sorry for the long wait. Skip if you don't want to wait, guys. Don't hate him, son. Alrighty, guys. I'm back. Sorry for the long, guys. Bad way to start my video, bro. I don't get paid for this shit. I don't care about the chat money. There we go. Go enjoy these salvage videos while you still can, right? My younger stepbrother is about to get his license. My older stepbrother got his license back in like 2009. My younger stepbrother is about to get his license. Had I not went to college, I would have gotten my license. I would have gotten my license, man. I remember I had to tell the instructor, I had to put my driving on hold because I was in college when I went to Heritage back in 2017. I put my driving on hold because of fucking Heritage College, but I didn't know the doors were locked on me by then, so like, had I not went to college, I would have got my license, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's all good. I might go in a good, maybe, I could either wait till I pay the fee when I'm 40 to get my license, or I might go in the next, like, 1 or 2 years. I'm going to finish up my driving, get my license, obviously. But right now, I don't need a car. I can't afford to get a car. I don't need a car. You know what I'm saying? Like I only work at Dinty's. Right now, I don't really need a car, but it doesn't hurt to have my license, obviously, right? But if I have my license, I can now go to Ottawa, Plateau Hall to see movies on theaters. I can go to Ottawa and get like my Wendy's and my Burger King, right? But I mean, you know, I will eventually finish my license. I'm almost done. I'm on phase 3. I'm almost done the process of my license, right? Alright, is Peter really making a lot of money from movie? Yeah. My math was off, man. Peter Jackson signed about a 1.7. It's 1.385 billion Canadian he signed, which is like 1.69 billion in his New Zealand money. That's about 1.7 billion. $1,698 million Peter signed his New Zealand deal. That's 1.7. 1.7 billion is like 1.2 billion after taxes. His agent takes 10% of that. Peter's walking with like $1,080 million. $1,080 million in his bank, man. Making his $1 billion+ in his bank after taxes, Peter. That's a lot of money. That's why I'm not paying more money if he gets greedy, right? For the movie, right? As my star director. I'm just mentioning, man, his age, I'm like, thank you, man. You're very generous, man. This is a huge deal, man. This is a mega deal, man. A $1 billion+ deal. Peter's walking with like $1 billion in his bank, and the agent's walking with like a $120 million in his bank. Ken Cammons, right? It's a good deal for Peter Jackson, right? And his wife, Fran, I can sign her to like pay her like $8 million for the movie, but I'm not giving her any royalties. I'm just going to pay her $8 million to be my assistant producer and my co-writer. As the money Peter's making is her money. As Peter Jackson and Fran are like partners. They have kids together, and I'm saying they're partners, obviously. Oh, he was in there. Fran is like Peter's partner / wife. They have kids together, like. So Peter's $1.7 million deal is your deal, Fran. You're sharing the money together with Peter, so it's like that's why I'm only gonna pay her like maybe $8 million. I'm not giving her royalties. I'm giving Peter all that the royalties in the movie. Yeah, Peter gets $85 million for his base, which is like $100 million in his New Zealand money for the 4 years of work. But the money is split. He gets like a $10 million signing bonus for pre-production. Obviously, and in production he gets a $65 million, and after that he gets a $10 million bonus. He gets $200 million for the merch, $250 million for the game profits, and he gets his $850 million for the movie, which is like a $1.385 billion deal in Canadian money, which is like about $1.7 billion in Peter's New Zealand money. So Peter's walking with $1 billion+ in his bank, man. That's why if he wants more and he's greedy, I'm like, Peter, I'm paying $1 billion in your bank's enough. I'm not paying more money, man, you greedy pig. That's not money for me. I'm just messing you, man. Sign me up. You're very generous. You're paying me all this money in free cash, Ivan? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. He's like, thank you, you're a good man. You might tear up. Because in Hollywood, he knows he'd have to pay a huge price to make that $1 billion, right? To make $1 billion, the Hollywood executives will probably have Peter smash like 800 or 1,000 people, something crazy. 600, 800 people. Where for Ivan's going, Peter gets his free $1.7 billion in cash. Peter, how does it feel to make all this money more than what he made for the Rings in the Hobbit and feel free? was good, Ivan. And that's when people went to me, yeah, Ivan, fuck Hollywood. Fuck the Hollywood elites. Fuck New Line. They owe me money. Fuck Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I'm way more hyped working on your movie. Your story's better than Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I know it's better than Lord of the Rings. And Mel Gibson, too. $5 million for Mel Gibson. I'm not paying for money, right? For the movie, right? I'm not paying for money, you know. Is Mel making a lot of money? Oh, yeah, Mel's making a lot of money. But the difference between Mel and Peter, Mel lives in America. American money is worth more than Canadian money, so Mel's making less, whereas Peter's making more because Canadian money is worth more than New Zealand money. New Zealand money is not worth as much as Canadian money. That's why Peter even makes more when he converts the money. He's making like $1 billion+ in his bank after taxes. Peter's making crazy. Before I said 800, 900, no, Peter's making like $1 billion after taxes, man. $1,080,000,000 after taxes, something crazy. Whereas Mel's making like $200 something over taxes. So getting paid Mel, but he's not making the kind of money Peter's making. Peter's much bigger than Mel. Mel's only worth $400. Peter Jackson's worth like $1.67 billion. So he's bigger than Mel Gibson, obviously, Peter Jackson. That's why I'm paying him for money. Mel's still signed a mega deal, like a $400 million his American money. He's getting paid too, Mel, obviously. I get more of that, like no Mel. $5 million enough. I'm not paying more money, so I'm getting greedy Mel. So it's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, I give you a deal, Mel. The Xanus movie, right? Yeah. Yeah. So Ivan, is Peter Jackson's movie and Mel Gibson's movie a different movie? Of course it is. Both have different interpretations of the movie. Of the story, obviously. Pretty similar, but like one of them obviously has the better story. I don't know who has the better story in their mind. I don't know if Peter's interpretation is better or Mel's interpretation, but that's why you have to test their creativity, obviously. And I will know who's better for the job when I interview them. I will know who's the right man to choose. But something tells me, even though I love Peter, I might end up going for Mel over Peter, right? But I might choose Peter. We'll see what happens. I don't know. They're really going to study my book, obviously. The agent's going to tell them, yeah, Ivan, I'm going to tell when their agents call, my circus will tell them, yeah, Ivan's interested in Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson as a star director for the Xanus movie, but he's going to interview them and ask them questions about the story. I recommend Peter and Mel study it a little bit, and they study it, and then they'll give their answers when I ask them questions. I'll know who's better for the job when I interview them, obviously. Looking at a sick documentary. Yeah. 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 Ivan, you're ballsy, man. You really think Peter Jackson will tell you that Xanus Lord of the Rings? Yeah, he might tell me that. Yeah, he might tell me that. He read, like, yeah, and I read your book. Your story is better than J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Lord of the Rings has richer history, richer speech and dialogue, and richer world building, but your world building is more unique, Ivan. It is. Xanus is a more unique world than even Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings is richer and deeper, obviously. Richer speech, richer history, all that stuff, but like your story, Ivan, is better, Ivan. People tell me that, like, you wrote the better story than Lord of the Rings, Ivan. This is more powerful than Lord of the Rings, Ivan. Yeah, people tell me that. This is going to be a great movie, Ivan. You know, Peter. I can't wait for this movie, Ivan. Ivan, fuck the Hollywood elites. Fuck New Line. Fuck Lord of the Rings Line. I'm waiting for your movie, Ivan. You're playing Aaliyah as Prince Taki. This is VJ's Lithia. Man, you're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. This is better than the Rings. Okay, Lord of the Rings. Ivan, can I get more of that box set, Ivan, and the game and the merchandise, Ivan? I'm like, no, Peter, man. Stop being greedy, man. $1.7 billion in money is enough. I'm not paying more money, Peter. Stop being greedy. You're getting greedy, Peter. I'm not paying more money, man. You greedy pig. Yeah. I'm just messing you, man. It's not money for me. $1 billion in my bank's enough for me, Ivan. I'm just messing you, Ivan. I want to bring a China that. I know, for you want to bring a China that, but I'm not paying you any more money, okay? Greedy pig. Yeah. Yeah. Mel, too, right? Like, Mel, I'm not paying more money. This is enough. What if I choose Mel, right? Yeah. I'm gonna throw in a Lord of the Rings quote with Peter if I choose him. I'm gonna be like, breathe the free air, Peter, after he signs his contract. Breathe the free air, Peter. He's like, thank you, Ivan. Yeah, you might tear up, Peter. Because I'm paying him like $1 billion plus deal in free cash. In Hollywood, they'd make him pay a heavy price to make that money, right? For my company, it doesn't do anything, obviously, Peter. My company's clean. Hollywood's dirty, obviously. Yeah, I can't picture Peter working hard if he did Lord of the Rings. Oh, he will. Because I paid more money. Money talks. You pay the guys more money, Ivan, the Hollywood guys more money. They work hard for you. Money talks. You pay them more money. They work harder for you, man. Peter knows he's making so much money, $1 billion plus after taxes. He'll work his ass off for me now. He's getting paid the big bucks, man. A lot of money. So much money. $1 billion is crazy, man, in your bank after taxes, right? Yeah. Peter will work his ass off for me, man. Mel works his ass for me, too, because I'm paying him like $5 million. He'll work harder for me. Except the work is tougher on Peter's body now, because he's older. He's not as young as he was in Lord of the Rings, but he's still working harder for me than he even did Lord of the Rings. I see him directing with Guillermo del Toro, and he's working hard. What if we do this? What if we do that? And everything. He's working hard. We're working on the screenplay. Peter's helped me out. With Fran, Guillermo del Toro helped me out with the screenplay. We write an amazing script together, man. With the Xanus movie, right? Yeah. 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 That's why John Mega, Von George, Monsu, Andy Serkis, Carl Urban, those guys are lucky, man. They're going to be part of that amazing journey with me and VJ, man, for the Xanus movie. Looking at devils and demons and looking at an amazing story. A masterpiece. As you guys read, right? A masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what I should be curious and saying. All right, how's money made off your book, by the way? I made $25 million. You made $25 million off your book? Yeah, she's like, holy shit, I know. Crazy, you know? Yeah. I have weeks out. That film studio and turn your book into a movie. I know, VJ. I can't wait to play with Olivia. I know. She's all excited to play with Olivia, VJ. The movie, right? I think something like Awen and Arwen for Lithia, right? The movie? Yeah. Ivan, what did Peter make $250 million off the box office? Yes, I think he did. Peter did. Peter made $250 million off the box office for the three movies, but I heard he was owed. He was owed more. He was owed about like $100 million for the DVD sales, the DVD sales, the game, and the merch. He was owed money for that. I think he was owed like an extra $100 million. But Bob Shea and Michael Lynn did not pay him that money. That's why Peter took them to court. They duped him, obviously. They owed him more money. They said, we already paid Jackson $250 million. That's enough. Yeah, I get it, guys. Jackson's a greedy pig, but if you owe him money, you have to pay him when you owe him, guys. You can't rip him off like that, right? And Bob Shea and Michael Lynn obviously ripped Peter off. But I don't know if they did. I mean, the lawsuit was settled. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I mean, if you guys did owe Peter money, Bob Shea and Michael Lynn, that's cold. You have to pay him when you owe him. Even though Peter is a greedy pig, you have to pay him when you owe him. But I guarantee you, Bob Shea and Michael Lynn, it finally hit their minds. Yeah, Peter Jackson sucked a good chunk of our profits because we gave him $250 million for the royalties for all three movies. We don't want to pay him any more of the profits for the other stuff. This is enough. That's why they didn't pay him, obviously. That's my answer I can give. Or they actually didn't withhold money from him. Peter maybe was mistaken, obviously, with his calculations. I don't know. Sarah. But Peter's making more money than what he made for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit combined. Peter Jackson made probably about $450 million for The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings combined around there. $450 million he made for both franchises. And I'm paying him $1.385 billion in Canadian, which is like $1.7 billion in New Zealand money, making more than what he made for both franchises combined. Man. And New Line's cheap. They gave him a shitty number of budget for Lord of the Rings. Yeah. People told me, yeah, Ivan, New Line was fucking cheap, man. They only gave me a $9 million budget for a fantasy movie, man. And you gave me an unlimited budget, Ivan. I signed Peter to a mega $1+ billion deal, and I gave him $3 billion for the movie, $1 billion for each volume. Like, that's unlimited budget, man. Peter can do whatever he wants to do for the movie. Yeah, set building, extras, we can afford it. Costumes, armor, weapons, the mask, we can afford it. Update the armor, update the weapons, update the clothing, update the mask, a dubbing animal for the creatures. $600 million was visual effects per volume. We get the best cameras in Hollywood, the IMAX cameras, the film IMAX cameras. Best equipment for the cameras, the drones, the moving stands, lighting equipment, sound equipment, the best stuff. Obviously. And I have a big budget to pay the Hollywood actors a rich salary, more than what they make in Hollywood. Hence, they're going to work harder for Peter or Mel, right? They're going to work harder for Peter and get him Del Toro if I choose those guys, or Mel and Randy Waltz if I choose those guys, right? Jason Sarah. That's why the Hollywood actors like shit because my kind of blows out of the water. Holy shit, man! Ivan's making Xanus for $3 billion for the trilogy. Holy shit, man! This blows out of the water. Hollywood can't afford this. Yeah, Hollywood can't afford that, man. Making Volume 1 for $1 billion, Volume 2 for $1 billion, Volume 3 for $1 billion. That's an unlimited budget for Peter Jackson. Here's a guy, Ivan. This is like 10 times the budget of my Lord of the Rings, Ivan. Lord of the Rings, I made the three movies for about $300 million. You're making the three movies for $3 billion. 10 times the budget. Yeah, 10 times the technology of Lord of the Rings, man. And Lord of the Rings was only made for $9 million. And when you watch the movie, guys, it looks amazing. The movie looks like it was made for maybe $150 million. Lord of the Rings, but it was only made for about $9 million for each of the movies. That's what people tell me, yeah, Ivan, New Line was fucking cheap. They gave me a shit out of their budget, Ivan. I was limited in what I could do for the extras, for the visual effects. I was limited, Ivan. Whereas your budget's unlimited. I know, Peter, it's unlimited. That's why he's happy, obviously, Peter, right? Going out. Because I paid him a lot of money, a mega deal, and I gave him a mega budget for the movie, man. $3 billion budget for the movie, man. That's a huge budget for Peter Jackson. Mel Gibson. That's why Peter becomes blind magic for the movie. Obviously, it's actually funny upside down. Get some Sarah. Peter Jackson doesn't have to worry about shopping the Xanus rights to studios, right? Peter Jackson doesn't have to worry about like asking studios to greenlit Xanus and getting the rights and everything, because Ivan actually owns the Xanus brand. He wrote the book, and all the rights are his. All the rights are Ivan's, obviously. So Sky Source owns the Xanus brand, obviously. So Peter doesn't have to worry about going to studios, shopping around the rights to greenlit the movie. Ivan owns the rights to the Xanus brand, obviously, because I wrote the book. And the film rights, movie rights, merchandise rights are all mine. Sky Source owns all that. And Ivan made his $25 billion off his book. Easy, fun movie for more than money than even Holler for $3 billion. He has the keys with VJ. He'll make his money back, obviously. Peter knows that, obviously. That's why give Peter out on the budget, Ivan. That way he can do whatever he wants to do for the movie. For the battle scenes, for the world building, the extras for the set building, for the visual effects, special effects, the army, the costumes, armor, and weapons, the mask. Peter could afford it all. It's unlimited. Amen. Sarah? That's what you might tell me, yeah, Ivan, you line's fucking cheap. They gave me a fucking shitty hour on their budget, Ivan. You might tell me that, Peter. Yeah, they only gave me $9 million for the movie, Ivan. Yeah, you might tell me that. Yeah. But to be fair, New Line took a risk with Lord of the Rings. That's why they gave Peter like a modest budget. That's $90 million is not bad, but it's not great. For a fantasy movie, a $90 million budget is not that great. For fantasy, you should be putting like $150, $200 towards that, but New Line did not want to take that risk. They took a huge risk with Lord of the Rings. Because back then, the fantasy genre was not really big in Hollywood. Lord of the Rings is what like paved the way for fantasy. Braveheart, Lord of the Rings, and like Harry Potter, that's what paved the way for fantasy. And New Line took a risk with Lord of the Rings. That's why they weren't willing to invest any more than like $90-something million towards each of the movies. Because it was risky. It was considered a risky investment. But they made their money back. Don't forget, Peter took a good chunk of that, though. He took a good chunk of the profits, obviously, New Line's profits. That's why they didn't pay him the other money owed to him, right? Because Peter took a good chunk of the profits, obviously. Took $2-3 million for himself, right? He's a greedy pig. Yeah. What was Peter's deal? I think it was like 8% of the gross. 8% of the gross profits or sales. I think it's gross sales, not profits, gross sales. Peter took $2 million of the gross sales, I think. Something like that, right? 8, 9, 10% of the money he took. But he was owed money for the game profits, merchandise profits, and the DVD profits. DVD sale profits, but they didn't pay him that, Peter. I heard they owed him like another like $100 million, but Peter didn't get the money, so he took them to court. And the lawsuit was settled, but I don't know what happened behind the scenes, obviously, right? I have no idea. Yeah. Got some sound? Well, Ouija might tell you fuck Hollywood too. Yeah, she might. Yo, Ivan, like, thank you, sweetie, man. You got me out of that fucking dirty system. Fuck the Hollywood leads. Fuck Hollywood. Fuck Hollywood, Ivan. I'm free with you now. I'm not cool with you. Fuck Hollywood, Ivan. Do you miss Hollywood, VJ? Ivan, are you fucking kidding me? No, I don't miss Hollywood. I can't stand Hollywood, Ivan. You got me out. I'm now free with you, baby. You know what I'm saying? She might tell me that. Yeah, you got me out, Ivan. And I would get something from Super and Hollywood. No. I could get Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, John Mayga, Andre, all those guys out of Hollywood. They get to work for me. And I can pay them more money whether being in Hollywood. But I told you, all you guys can beg all you want after the movie's done. I'm not going to be signing you. You're going to go back to Hollywood like how you deserve. There's a good chance Peter might retire after saying this. Because he made so much money off the movie. He made like his $1 billion+. excluding the money, like Peter probably has about a billion, 1.1, 1.2 billion in his bank around, right? He's rich. He made another billion like off the movie project. So chances are after Xanus he might retire. Yo, I'm done. I'm done with the Hollywood leads. I don't want to go back to Hollywood. I made more than money out of the movie. I think I'm just gonna retire and enjoy time with my family. He might tell me that, or he might go back to Hollywood and work, because Hollywood will be throwing him a lot of lucrative offers, obviously. Got some sour. Mel Gibson might retire too. After Xanus, he made like $200 million, something million dollars after taxes. He can just retire and enjoy his time with his family, obviously. But Hollywood will be throwing Mel Gibson lucrative offers too, so like it's tough to turn down lucrative offers that Hollywood's throwing at you, right? I'm gonna tell Peter or Mel, my guys, I get it. Hollywood's throwing a lot of offers, but like you guys are now getting old. There's nothing worse than making all this money. You never got time to enjoy it with your family and like, you know what I'm saying? You made more enough money on a movie. I recommend you just retire, man. Enjoy your life with your family for the next like 10, 15 years before you pass away, guys. 20 years before you pass away. There's nothing worse than working in Hollywood in your 80s. You're making all this money, but you don't have time to really enjoy your life and spend time with your family, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see what happens, right? I don't know. But I guarantee you Peter retire after saying this. He made more than enough money off my movie, his $1 billion+. Oh yeah, I made like $1 billion+ off your movie. I think I'm gonna just retire, call it quits. I don't want to go back to the fucking Hollywood system. Fuck the Hollywood leads. I'm just gonna enjoy my life with my family. People might tell me that. Until I pass away, I have more enough money in my bank. See what I'm saying? Or he might work in Hollywood. I don't know. Mel Gibson too. I don't know, right? Yeah. Yeah. You think the Hollywood actors were saying to retire acting after Xanus? No, because even though they signed mega deals, they did not make the money that Peter made. If you make $1 billion+, that's the kind of money where you can just retire and call it quits and just enjoy life for 20 years. But if you make like your 8, 9, 10, 7, 6, that's a lot of money, but like you can retire with that money, but I mean Hollywood will be throwing the Zane stars a lot of offers. Hollywood will be throwing the Zane stars a lot of offers. Money they can't turn down, right? Because the Hollywood actors are not as rich as Peter. They didn't sign a deal that Peter signed or Mel. So chances are they're going to go back to Hollywood and work, obviously, because Hollywood will be throwing them lucrative offers, obviously. That's what I'm saying. The Hollywood actors, I don't think they're going to retire, no. But Peter Jackson, because he's now older and he made like $1 billion+ off his movie. Mel Gibson made his $200+ million after they do Xanus. They might retire because they made so much money that you can retire from right now. Peter Jackson can give his kids like a 30 million, 40 million will, man. His 2 kids, $50 million will, because he made so much money off the movie. That's why he might retire. Yeah, I'm done. I achieved my dream. I don't want to go back to the fucking Hollywood. I'm just gonna enjoy my life with my family. People might tell me that. Yeah, I'm done, Ivan. Done. Unless you resign me for the next movie, I'll work. But if I don't want to go back to Hollywood, people might tell me I don't want to go back to Hollywood, Ivan. I'm just gonna retire and enjoy my life with my family. People might tell me that. He made so much money off the movie. His $1 billion+, right? That's crazy, yeah. Because Ivan, that's a lot of gold, Ivan. I know, but you happy with that? Yeah, I'm happy with that, Ivan. Thank you, man. You're very generous, man. Holy shit, man. This is more than what I made for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit combined, Ivan. Your company blows, Hollywood. I know, but Ivan, hey, more than that, Ivan. I know, Peter. Stop being greedy about paying more money, you greedy pig. Yeah. Yo, Ivan, like, directing your Xanus movie is a fucking highlight of my career, Ivan. Like, I had much more fun. I'm having much more fun working on Xanus than I even did Lord of the Rings, Ivan. Because even though Peter did have a blast working on the Rings and the fans were crazy and everything, he was a dirty slave. He had to pay a heavy price to make that $2 million, right? To make $2 million, he probably had to smash hundreds of people, man. Like, he paid a price to make that $2 million, Peter. Yo, Ivan, I was a dirty slave and all. Yeah, I had a fun time working on the Rings, but I was a dirty slave, Ivan. It made me do it to make my money, Ivan. And with your company, I make all this money and I'm free. That's why I work hard for me, Peter. Pay him more money. I gave him his freedom. I'm giving him, spoiling him with nice perks. Peter Jackson works his ass off for me as a director for this Ace movie, right? As well as that, right? I'm like, no, John, you get 10. I'm not paying 20. Stop being greedy. Yeah. You're getting greedy, John. I'm not going to pay you more, man. Stop being greedy. It's a deal, man. He signs that contract, that mega bill contract. Yeah, John Mega. Yeah. Are you gonna eat your Denny's food? I'll eat it after I watch this video. Like around 9:30, I'll eat my Denny's food, right? Around 10, I might go to bed. I didn't get much sleep yesterday, right, when I went to bed. For some reason, the days when I work at every Tuesdays, for some reason, the day I know I work the next day, that's the day I don't get much sleep. Like, I'm resting, but I'm kind of like half awake for like 8 hours for some reason. Tuesdays when I know I'm gonna work at Dinty's on Wednesday. And the other days are some days where I just pass out and I wake up at like 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, right? Yeah. 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 You think Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson were shocked when they read snippets of your book? Of course they were. You world were shocked. I know you were shocked because I'm shocked too when I read saying this too. Sometimes I can't believe I even wrote it, man. It's a masterpiece, man. It's a great story told. Yeah, I guarantee you, Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson were shocked when they read my book. Yeah, holy shit, man. Like, there's something unique and special about Ivan's writing and his story, man. It stands out from all these other books I've read. It stands out even more than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, but it's a bit boring and it feels more regular than normal. Ivan's book is unique and special when you read it. But Lord of the Rings still has the richer world building, richer dialogue and speech and all that stuff, and richer history and everything. But the story is not as entertaining. It's not as good as Xanus, obviously. As Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones have richer history, a deeper past, obviously, they have richer dialogue, richer speech and everything. Obviously, but like the story's not as entertaining. It's not as good, obviously. Yeah, it comes down to your story. My story is better than those books, obviously. As you guys read, right? Yeah, man. That's what the gates will Joey Brown, Ivan. They know it's a brown with blades, obviously. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna have those guys do. Why the heck would I be in your Hollywood system when I can start a film studio with the money I make off my own book better than Hollywood and I control the brand? All the merchandise, profit, money, game money, film money goes to me immediately. Why the fuck would I sell when I have my own keys? I don't need you guys to open the door for me. I can open it myself. They know that. Yeah, we know Ivan can open the door himself. That's why they're desperate. They threaten an innocent man with death, obviously. Yo, Ivan, either you buy the walls or yourself a consequence. I'm like, yeah, I'm not selling to you guys, man. This money's mine. It's for me, it's not for you. The 20, 30, 40, 50 bit off the book is for me and my wife. It's not for you. You're not touching it, man. It's for me, it's not for you. There you go. Don't leave him sitting here. Sarah. That's how Victoria Justice will be like, Ivan, don't sell. Like, you have the keys. You don't have to sell them, Ivan. They're going to destroy our lives. Ivan, the money you make off your book, we can start our own films. We will burn Hollywood, Ivan. Yeah, we took a ton of that. You make your billions off your book, we can start our own films. We will burn Hollywood, Ivan. We control the brand and the box office. Yes, I know, VJ. I know. Yeah. VJ knows they're going to dupe me, obviously, like you duped her, obviously, right? She's not stupid. Ivan, you have the keys. You don't have to sell them, Ivan. I know, VJ. I know. I have the keys. I don't have to sell them. God gave me the keys. I don't have to sell them to gatekeepers. I open the door myself. Sarah. Yeah. I can show you more recent snippets of Xanus, guys. You guys want to see the snippet when only Prince Tactius and his spoiled cousin got to train there. I know, sick, I know. It's dark in here. Xanus is money. To get my hair touched up. Your dreads are growing. Oh yeah, I grew. But still not long like it was before, right? Your book is long, yeah, I know. See this? 201,000 words. Right there, right? Yeah, it's a long novel. 800 pages. Once they edit it. Yeah. Please, Oliver, I love you. I know my book is 6%. Sick book. Yeah. Please, Oliver, this is Lord of the Rings. Always Lord of the Rings, I'm saying. Yeah. Ivan, show us new scenes. No, guys. I'm showing you recent snippets to refresh your mind. I won't spoil so for you. Yeah. Show you the fight scene again. It's a 6 scene, honestly, right? I love this scene. Start from here. Read that. Yeah, I mean, even the rereads, yeah, even on your rereads, you're hooked. My book is a book you can read over and over again, right? It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah. Keep reading. Your book is sick. I know the book's a masterpiece, man. Entertainment when you read it, man. Yeah, money. Yeah. And that's it. I want to show you the rest. That's yeah. Imagine applying it onto a movie, looking at a map. That's why people told me, yeah, you're looking at a movie shows you better than Lord of the Rings. Even your young Tactius is amazing. Yeah, I know. You have the fight scene when Tactius and Nestonians are kids. Young John Vega and young Ivan O'Mara in the movie. It transfers like 20 years later, and you see me and John Vega were older. Yeah, sick movie, man. What other scene can I show you guys? Yeah. Want me to show you the father what's wrong scene again? That's funny. I was saying, tell me that man. Yeah. Yeah. Picture the scene with PJ in the movie. Yeah. Read that. And that's it. And that's it. Please, this bro, there is always Lord of the Rings. The book is sick now. The book's a masterpiece, man. I have to show you these snippets. I'm not showing you new scenes. I won't spoil stuff for you guys, right? Yeah. And that's it, guys. I think I'm done with the re-snippets. You guys get the picture, right? My book is sick. It's better than Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. I'm saying that. What? It's a masterpiece, man. Put the case on control. Yeah. That's why I'll finally hit Peter Jackson's mind. Yeah, I read your book, man. Like the whole scene when Taki is still in the dungeon, the drama on the drama on Savage with Tactius, and all the salads that don't believe he's the Prince of Xanus. You know what I'm saying? The scene when Tactius gets into a fight as a kid when he's training in the yards, like looking at a masterpiece out of it. This is gonna top my Lord of the Rings, alright? This is Lord of the Rings. I'll be Lord of the Rings. Good Lord of the Rings, Peter. I'm saying. Almost under, guys. You're gonna see VJ in the movie. She talks to her father. Father, what? I'll be adding some of the movie to make more interesting, obviously. She's like, Father, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Not now, Lithia. Tell me. You know what I'm saying? That man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. John Rice Davis. He talks about me. I'm throwing the dungeon with Avandra and all them, and Victoria Justice is playing Lithia. I love it. I love the character. Yeah, Lithia is an amazing character in the book when you read it, obviously. Is Lithia the main character? No, she's not. But she's a major character. She's a supporting character, obviously. She has a lot of scenes in the story, obviously. Victoria Justice will not be the lead of the movie for Xanus, but she's a supporting character. Obviously. She has a lot of scenes. She's a supporting character, but she's not the lead. I'm playing the lead, but Victoria Justice will be playing Lithia, who's a major character of the story. As in Lord of the Rings, Arwen and Erwin were not really big characters in the story. Well, no, Erwin had quite a bit of scenes, but like VJ will have even a lot more scenes than even Erwin and Arwen did in Lord of the Rings. Because Lithia is a major supporting character, but she's not the lead of the story when you read it. Tactius is the lead, obviously. And John Maega and Jimo and Zugavandra, they're supporting characters too. Queen Sarah, Maramis, supporting characters. Job, Cornelius, all those guys, Eli, Mary, Bell, they're all supporting characters. But Lithia is more major than Bell. Lithia has more scenes than Bell and Mary in the book when you read it. But those other characters are also supporting characters. Who I told you, I'll be adding quite a bit, like 30% of stuff in the movie to make it more interesting. That way you give more stuff in the movie to make it more interesting, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. Like in the story, every, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, Job is constantly smoking weed. Peter might tell me, I know in your book, Job is a pothead and he constantly just like takes out his pipe and smokes weed. For the movie, we calm it down a little bit. I see what you're saying, Peter. We can do that for the movie. And I'll add more scenes with Job too in the movie to make it more interesting. So, Sarah, yeah, when I write the screenplay with Peter or Mel, right? Yo, I've been asked. No, man. Your book is fucking sick. I know. That's why the Gates want to control it. I was like, I know I wrote a masterpiece, man. It's a book worth billions. Amen. Is Xanus raw even? A little bit. I don't know. 0. Maybe 5% of my, no, 0. Maybe 3% of my book is raw. Especially when we Volume 3. Volume 3 has the most stiffness in dialogue. As Volume 1, 2, you can argue have better flow of dialogue. Volume 3 has more stiffness in the dialogue in some sections of the volume. That's why some fans might think it's the worst. But the scenes, the big scenes, blow your mind away more than even Volume 1 and 2. They're more cinematic, so it's like, you can argue it's the best one. You can also argue Volume 2. It's a back and forth, right? But for me personally, Volume 3 is my best one, my favorite one. And Volume 2 is a very, very close second. And Volume 1 is the worst. But some fans might like Volume 1 the best. I love the whole thing with young Tactius, the prologue, and Tactius' life behind the walls and Xanus. I like that more, like, son. Yeah. That's why Xanus was the greatest sword ever told. And the greatest which just remained. Anyways, guys, this is where I enjoy the shows. I'm going to sign out. Peace out, guys. Don't hate him. Hope you enjoy the show from my Romero. Xanus.